we are kicking things off with massive news from South America. Brazil women have just clinched a massive victory over Chile in a thrilling penalty shootout, securing their spot in the South American U17 final. This is huge for the future of Brazilian women's soccer, and we dive into all the details of this incredible achievement right now.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Next up, we have a massive shakeup in the coaching world. Jorge Jesus is finally opening up about the dramatic collapse of his move to lead the Brazil national team before joining Cristiano Ronaldo at Al Nassr. We get the shocking inside story on the negotiations, the pressure from the CBF, and exactly what happened that led to this major career pivot. Get ready for some heavy drama from the pitch. Neymar has issued a public apology to Robinho Jr. and his family after slapping him during a recent training session. We break down what happened in that heated moment, the investigation Santos opened, and what both players have said about resolving the situation. And finally, we look at the frustrating situation surrounding Estêvão. The young player has chosen to forego surgery and is heading to Brazil for intensive rehab, all while hoping for a miracle call-up to the World Cup squad. We explore why he's making this drastic move and what it means for his chances with the Brazilian national team. Stay with us, because this is the news you need to know. Brazil has secured a dramatic victory over Chile in a penalty shootout, advancing to the South American U17 final. The match, highlighted by intense competition, concluded with the Brazilian women's team prevailing in the decisive shootout. This result marks a significant achievement for the Brazilian squad as they progress in the regional tournament. The outcome of the penalty shootout determined the progression to the final stage of the South American U17 competition. Former Brazil national team coach Jorge Jesus has revealed the complex domino effect that led to his departure from the Seleção and his subsequent coaching role with Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr. Jesus, who was considered a frontrunner for the 2026 World Cup, ultimately failed to secure the national team job despite initial agreements. Following a significant period with Flamengo from 2019 to 2020, Jesus was seen as the ideal candidate to lead Brazil after the team struggled to regain South American dominance. Negotiations intensified while he was still managing Al Hilal in 2024, culminating in a verbal acceptance of the national team role by December. In an interview with the Portuguese outlet Record, Jesus detailed the high-stakes pursuit. He stated that the vice president met with him, followed by a video call with CBF president Ednaldo Rodrigues, who reportedly offered him the highest national team coach salary globally and was prepared to pay €11 million to terminate his contract with Al Hilal. Jesus had planned to skip the FIFA Club World Cup in March to prioritize the Brazil appointment in May, with the official start slated after his run in the AFC Champions League Elite. The situation took a critical turn when Robinho Jr. was dismissed in late March. The CBF president reportedly pressured Jesus for an immediate move. Jesus responded sharply, questioning the hesitation, and inquired about Al Hilal, noting his unfamiliarity with the club while highlighting the prestige of leading the world's best national team. However, the deal ultimately collapsed due to legal investigations targeting Ednaldo Rodrigues, which resulted in the resignation of the CBF president. By the time Samir Zod was appointed as the new president in May, the federation shifted its focus to Carlo Ancelotti, leaving Jesus without a position, as he had already moved on from Al Hilal. Despite previous interest from Al Hilal president Fahad bin Nafil, Jesus was left in limbo. A personal call from Cristiano Ronaldo proved to be the turning point, leading Jesus to sign a one-year deal to take the reins at Al Nassr. Jesus' impact at Al Nassr has been immediate. Data from Transfermarkt shows he boasts a remarkable 2.56 points per match average, the highest mark for any coach in the club's history with more than 5 games missed. Over 45 matches, His record stands at 38 wins, 1 draw, and only 6 defeats. His tenure has positioned Al Nassr to potentially sweep the Saudi Pro League and the AFC Champions League too, potentially ending Cristiano Ronaldo's trophy drought in the region. Neymar has issued a public apology to Santos teammate Robinho Jr. and his family following an altercation during a training session. The incident occurred after a match where Neymar scored a goal and embraced Robinho Jr. The dispute reportedly stemmed from a disagreement during training, with Brazilian media suggesting the friction arose when Neymar did not appreciate being dribbled past by the 18-year-old teammate. Neymar stated in an interview after Santos's 1-1 draw against Recolta in Paraguay that he had already apologized to Robinho Jr. and his family, admitting he had crossed the line. Robinho Jr. confirmed the slapping incident, but emphasized that the matter is resolved, stating, "Everything is resolved," and that he accepts Neymar's apology, noting that Neymar has been an idol since childhood. Despite the recent incident, Neymar, 34, remains hopeful for a call-up to the Brazil squad for the upcoming World Cup, which runs from June 11 to July 19, though he has not played for the national team since October 2023. Coach Carlo Ancelotti is set to announce the final squad on May 18. Separately, former teammate Robinho, 42, is currently incarcerated in Brazil following a conviction in Italy for gang rape. Brazilian footballer Estêvão has opted against surgery for a recent hamstring injury, choosing instead to undergo conservative rehabilitation in Brazil, while maintaining slim hopes of securing a spot in the World Cup squad. The injury sustained against Manchester United was reported to be severe, prompting suggestions from Chelsea's medical team for surgical intervention. However, Estêvão and his private, health and performance team have decided to pursue a non-surgical recovery path. The move to Brazil for rehabilitation has raised eyebrows, as the player was recently seen celebrating a victory in the FA Cup semifinal. According to Globo Esporte, Estêvão is currently training at the facilities of his former club, Palmeiras, under the supervision of Chelsea's medical staff and his personal team. Despite the optimistic outlook, the timeline presents significant challenges. With the World Cup commencing in just over a month, the chances of Estêvão recovering in time for the tournament are considered highly unlikely. While Brazil is reportedly monitoring the situation ahead of the squad announcement, scheduled in a couple of weeks, national team head coach Carlo Ancelotti is noted to still favor the young player. Ultimately, the decision reflects a calculated risk, prioritizing the avoidance of further injury and recurrence over immediate surgical intervention. Experts suggest that while the situation is frustrating for all involved, a full return to form for Estêvão in the near future remains uncertain.